Strobe Studios presents Michael Helgens and Greg Kilberger in The Watson Files. Coming to you from the illustrious Strobe Studios in the heart of America, this is Scott Strosahl. And now, let's join the doctor and see what story he has for us today.
Come in. Hello, Scott. How are things?
Quite well, doctor. And yourself? Did you get everything resolved from last week?
Well, yes and no.
You're not putting off the story another week, are you?
No, don't worry. You'll hear all about it tonight.
Good.
So, this case has actually been building up for a while now, but it's proven troublesome. And I wanted to wait for some sort of conclusion before bringing it to one of our little chats.
So, when did it all begin?
Well, let's see. It must have been in early February when we found the first one.
The first body.
Yes, that's right.
And there have been 75 of them now?
76 at the last count. But the really interesting part is their identities.
What do you mean?
Well, for nearly 3 months, we've been finding a body nearly every day. And every single one of them was a John or Jane Doe.
Which of course means that they were unidentified.
Precisely.
But how is that even possible?
The killer removed all identifying marks before dumping the bodies.
Well, sure, but even so.
Indeed. And that's just what Holmes and I were discussing last week when we got the call from Weathers that brought the whole case to a much more personal level. Holmes, must you have that quite so loud?
What's that, Watson?
Could you turn the music down, please?
I can't hear you, Watson. Let me turn down the music. Now, what was that?
Never mind. What are you doing?
It's this case, Watson. We're not making any progress.
And the music?
This talent of mine, being able to see things others don't, my brain works in overdrive, but sometimes it's hard to turn off.
So you're trying to drown yourself out?
Something like that.
And?
And what?
And did it work?
No, but I do have a new theory.
Oh, do tell.
Well, as you know, all of the victims thus far have been lacking in identifying marks.
Right.
And normally, in such a situation, we would look for a missing person report and hope there is a match.
Which doesn't always work either.
Of course, but we're zero for more than 50 now.
So, he's picking victims that won't be missed.
But the victimology is all over the place. Young, old, male, female, fat, skinny. Many of them had tan lines from wedding rings. How could none of these people be missed?
It does seem unlikely.
No, Watson. I dare say it's impossible. And as my grandfather was fond of saying, when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth.
All right, so what improbability are we left with then?
That is exactly what I've been pondering for most of the day, and I can see only one possibility.
Which is? It's Weathers. Hold that thought. Yes, Max. Another one? They found another body. What do you mean? What? Are you sure? Yes, of course. All right. We'll be there shortly.
What is it?
Well, he's changed his MO.
Really? How?
We have an ID on the new victim.
Great.
No, not great. The victim is Mr. Darlin.
Jack, Spencer, thanks for coming.
Of course, Max.
Are you quite certain about the identification?
Yeah, no question. He didn't try to hide it this time.
He's taunting us.
That was my assessment as well.
Holmes believes he may have a new lead.
Really?
Perhaps. What do you know about Dr. Worth's assistant?
His assistant? Nah, not much. I see him around occasionally, but he doesn't seem to be real social. Why? You think he's involved with this?
Well, I've been struggling with the idea that there were no missing person reports on any of our victims, and it occurred to me that maybe we were asking the wrong question.
What do you mean?
We've been trying to figure out why no one is missing these people.
Right.
But the answer must be that they are.
So then why didn't anyone file a report?
Exactly.
I don't follow.
Take your mother, for example. You haven't seen her for a while. Why aren't you concerned that she is missing?
Holmes, my mom died 3 years ago. You know that.
Precisely.
Are you saying that all these bodies were... that they were already dead? I mean, before he supposedly killed them?
It's the only explanation that makes any sense.
But then what's the point? Is he trying to get famous but doesn't have the stones to actually kill anyone, or what?
Perhaps.
Or maybe he's just buggering with us. Who knows why people do the things they do?
But most of the victims only had been dead a couple of days when we found them. Where would someone get that many fresh bodies?
Hence my interest in Worth's assistant.
Right, I see.
I believe he's only been here a few months, correct?
Yeah, he was hired just a couple of weeks before the bodies started showing up, actually.
Then it looks like we have a suspect at last.
To the mortuary!
You sure about this?
I'd say 60-40.
Holmes, those aren't very good odds.
Dr. Worth, are you in?
Yes, back here. Ah, Jack, Spencer. What a pleasant surprise. It's always good to see you two, Max. Is that assistant of yours around? Ethan? No, I think he went to lunch. Why?
We have a few questions for him.
Okay, is it about a case he's working on, or not exactly?
Dr. Worth, when you finish with a body, it goes to the funeral home, yes?
Yes, generally that's true, but it depends on several factors. Sometimes they go to the crematorium. Many funeral homes contract out that work. Is it possible for a body to get lost in transit? I don't understand.
What he means is, if a person wanted to steal a body, would anyone know if it didn't arrive at its destination?
You think Ethan stole a body? We're just exploring all possibilities. Well, I guess it's possible. I mean, I usually call ahead and let them know it's coming, but I know Ethan has a friend over at the Greenblatt Crematorium. He listed him as one of his references. Do you know where he went for lunch? No, I didn't ask. I can't believe he would do this. He seems like such a good kid. Well, we don't know anything for sure yet, of course.
Adam, do you have records of all the bodies you've sent to Greenblatt in the last couple months?
Well, yeah, of course, but it'll take some time to get it together for you.
It could really help.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Thanks. Well, speak of the devil. It's Ethan? Yeah. Just act normal. Don't tell him we're here. Of course. Hello? Ethan, yeah, what's up? What? I don't understand. Well, yes, but... Okay, I'll tell them, but... All right. Okay, fine. What'd he say? He, wants to surrender.
What do you mean?
He said he knew you were here, and he knew why, and that he wants to surrender, but only to me.
To you?
When? In an hour, at the Belmont.
That abandoned theater on 6th?
All right, we'll be there.
He said I should come alone.
Of course he did.
I'm not sending you in there by yourself. I know how to take care of myself, Max. That may be true, but I'm still not letting you walk into a trap.
He's right, Adam. It's too dangerous.
Well, then what do you suggest? I don't know yet. Just get ready to go. We've got an hour. I'm sure Holmes can come up with something by then. What do you mean you have no plan?
Sorry, I'm afraid I'm drawing a blank on this one.
I guess we're just gonna have to send you in and hope for the best. Really? That's what you came up with? Hey, we only had an hour.
And that is what you wanted to do in the first place.
I suppose. Can I at least have a weapon? Sure, here, take mine. Thanks. You don't go doing anything stupid. Just go inside, make sure he's there and alone, then signal us with the curtains and we'll take him down. Got it? Yes, I got it. Good. Let's get to it then. Ethan? Ethan, are you here?
Yeah, Yes, I'm here, Doctor, just like you asked me to be.
Good.
But why do you want
Just
me to...
shut up.
Dr. Worth, I don't understand.
Your comprehension is irrelevant. You simply need to play your part.
Part? In what? What's going on? Why do you have a gun?
What's going on is I'm about to shoot you. In self-defense, of course.
Self-defense?
You attacked me.
No, I didn't.
Sure you did. That should leave a mark.
But I didn't...
Hush now. It'll all be over soon.
Wait, please. If this is the end, at least tell me why. What did I do?
It's not you, really. It's me. I've never used that one before. It's nothing personal. I just need someone to pin this on, and you just happen to be convenient.
Pin what on?
The murders.
Murders? You mean all the John Does?
And Janes. Don't be sexist now.
There's gotta be something I can do. Maybe I can help. I won't tell anyone.
Enough. I'm tired of this.
Having trouble? Max, thank goodness. He attacked me and I... Save it. Max, what are you doing?
You should know better than to believe I didn't have a plan.
You rigged the gun.
Of course.
Adam Worth, you have the right to remain silent. Wait, you can't be serious. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Weathers, I'm afraid you made a mistake.
What?
That is not Adam Worth.
It isn't?
What are you talking about?
Congratulations, officer. You've just caught a criminal mastermind. The formerly deceased Professor Marty.
What?
Are you serious?
So you finally figured it out, eh, Holmes?
I admit you had me going for a while. That courthouse explosion was flawlessly executed.
Indeed it was.
But there was something about you that always bothered me. Your limp was too... familiar.
A most difficult thing to conceal.
Indeed. Well, Weathers, I trust you can handle things from here.
Wait, where are you going?
Home. It's been a long week.
You're not going to stick around a bit?
Come on, Spencer, it'll be fun.
I've wasted enough time on this poor excuse for a human being.
But isn't he like your nemesis or whatever? I figured you'd want to talk to him.
Nemesis. I like the sound of that.
Do not mistake my appreciation of his intellect for admiration of the man himself. He is a criminal, Weathers, plain and simple, and I'm tired of him. Good day.
Holmes left, and I stuck around with Weathers as he waited for backup to arrive. He called practically the whole force for the transport.
You can't be too careful when Professor Marty is involved.
Indeed.
Wow, so all this time, Marty was posing as the medical examiner?
Yes, and he fooled us all, at least for a while.
And all those bodies, did he admit to dumping them?
Yes, but unfortunately they were already dead, so we can only charge him with improper disposal of a corpse.
But surely he has plenty of old charges still outstanding.
Yes and no. The district attorney is working on getting them reinstated. They were all dismissed after he died, or supposedly died anyway.
So, there's one thing I don't understand, though.
What's that?
If Holmes knew that Dr. Worth, or Marty, or whoever, was really behind it, why send him in to meet with Ethan? And if Ethan didn't really call him, then why was he even there?
Well, after we left to formulate a plan, Dr. Worth called Ethan and asked him to meet him at the Belmont. He planned to shoot him and put everything on Ethan. Holmes suspected Worth was behind it, but we didn't have any evidence. So we had Weathers remove the firing pin from his gun and installed a bug in it.
So his confession to Ethan was recorded.
Exactly.
And how did Holmes figure out it was really Professor Marty?
That I am less clear on. He has refused to talk about the man since his arrest. To be honest, I think he's upset that he didn't see it sooner.
It sounds like no one did.
Indeed.
Well, do you have any more surprises for us next week?
Well, it wouldn't be a surprise if I told you now, would it?
I suppose not.
Well, I can tell you next week's story involves a patient of mine and a case that kind of fell into our laps.
Well, I can't wait. Tonight's Watson Files adventure was written by Scott Strosahl. Spencer Holmes and Dr. Watson were played by Michael Helgens and Greg Kilberger. Additional voices were provided by Steve Rimpici. Until next week, this is Scott Strosahl saying good night from Strobe Studios. Oh.
That's my line.
I was about to say hello,
Can
Scott.
you wait for the door
As
to
I
open,
got to the
please?
Scott, I realized, wait, no, that can't be for me.
This is not Jurassic Park.
Hello, Scott. How are things?
This talent of mine, being able to see things others don't, like dead people. Wait.
Hold a moment, I shall turn my page. Well, it wouldn't be a surprise if I told you now, would it?
I suppose not.
But I will say that next week's story involves 3 orangutans and a ballerina. Good luck writing that one.